Hey folks, welcome back to Gaming Garbage, where we take a look at games, chat about the gaming news in the industry, and of course stream for fun. Today, this is just going to be something kind of just, spontaneous, as I got to see something in the Microsoft Xbox store that actually really bothered me. And as I think about it, I just get more agitated. And so, we all know that gaming is basically funneled to just kind of what they would like to sell you. You know, these big companies, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, Ubisoft, EA, Square Enix, etc., right? They want to be able to sell you what they're making, and it benefits them to keep promoting things so that they can keep having those sales of their new products, and they keep making new products so they can continue to have more sales. One of the issues is that they have to constantly make more than they did last time so that they can actually, in one, beat inflation and also be a nicer, quote, looking company to invest in for if they're public and stuff, or be able to expand and all of that kind of stuff. Because ultimately, if you don't have the money, it's impossible to keep your business once it starts becoming and staying stagnant. So you got to have this growth. So yeah, they need to be able to push their own products, push out new stuff, and I understand that. And this isn't just gaming, this is all over the place. But something I got to see in the Xbox store is that I saw that a lot of games have been on sale lately, not just on Xbox, but also on PlayStation, or there's been really good deals too for just about anything out there. I was even at Home Depot yesterday and I was like, holy smokes, they got this tool for 30 bucks? Frick yeah, I'm buying it today. But we've seen a lot of stuff still being pushed after Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and I've mentioned this before. But yeah, one thing that I saw is that the funneling of gaming, as I put, or of the game as I put it, is there's just this crazy focus of just a few games in the stores, and that's what's pushed. Whether it's a physical brick and mortar or whether it's your digital game store on your console or PC, is that there are certain games that are pushed. We know that the companies are paying for this, and the thing that really bugged me is the fact that, with some of these sales that are happening right now, it's like 50% off, and so I wanted to gift it to somebody, but the option wasn't there. And I thought that was kind of weird because it's like, okay, if the option's not there, maybe there's another way to do it, or maybe they moved it somewhere. Well, I couldn't find anything. So then I was like, well, it's a 360 game. A very popular game. I'll tell you what it is. It was Modern Warfare 3 from the 360. Really fun one for a lot of us. And I was like, I wanted to gift it to somebody. But yeah, there was no option. What I did see instead was, hey, buy Modern Warfare 3. Right, the new one, the reboot. And I'm like, well, that's kind of annoying. So then I was curious. It's like, well, what about the other Call of Duties? Well, pretty much every single Call of Duty game, new or old or original, is all saying the same thing. Hey, buy Modern Warfare 3. The thing is that the Xbox One and Series X games, you can gift them to people. Pretty much all of the original Xbox and all of the 360 games, you can't gift those. There isn't an option or item. I even took some time on YouTube to look this up to make sure I wasn't missing something. And yeah, I'm not missing anything. It's literally ungiftable as far as I can understand. If I'm incorrect or wrong, do some of your own research and leave it down in the comments. But I was like, what in the world? That's kind of weird. They're pushing Modern Warfare 3 so hard still. And they still are, folks. I mean, we're basically 2 months now of Modern Warfare 3, and they're pushing it so bad. I really don't think they're getting the sales that they want, which is good, because, yeah, the game is low quality for $70. But yeah, this really kind of got me thinking. It's like, okay, well, what if this is bigger than just Call of Duty? What if this is just bigger than just Activision wanting to push their game in the Call of Duty series? Then I started looking at other 360 games in original Xbox, and what I found is that basically, not all cases, but well over 90%, looking at Dead Space, looking at the Call of Duties, looking at Red Dead Redemption, Ghost Recon, if the game, how can I put it, if the game thumbnail has a spine of Xbox 360 or Xbox original, then you probably can't gift it anymore. And this really kind of bothers me because even looking at like Rainbow Six like some of the older Rainbow Sixes, like Vegas and Vegas 2, you can't gift those to anybody, which really freaking sucks because some of us actually do that. Some of us actually have friends out there that we're pretty close with, and we want to be able to gift, and we got a little bit of extra money when and so we do that. But yeah, now they're removing another option to actually spread these older games or to even get more older game sales. And realistically, I don't think they want older game sales. Again, it benefits the company to push out what they're making today. But this is really frustrating because this gets into kind of the state of gaming that I did with digitization, is that they are able to control the flow of their game sales and what games are pushed. And we already knew all that. That's not what I'm focusing on. But they are now continuously still removing options as us as the consumer, and we're basically funneled into what they want us to buy. And so I might actually do a bigger one on this. I might do a fuller one on this of the state of gaming, of the funneling, funneling the game, or the type of stuff that they want to sell over others. But we even see that with the sales in the Xbox store, or the PlayStation store, or Nintendo. There are just certain games that are pushed over and over and over again. And there's other games that aren't focused on. We see this too with publishers. There's certain IPs they want to push and they want to make, like Ubisoft with their Assassin's Creed, or EA with their sports games. There are tons of games under EA, but pretty much all we see is sports most of the time. And the other IPs they don't push anymore, or even in some cases, some of these publishers have canceled, and now they just want to focus on actually what sells. And then we're going to get this oversaturation and artificially trying to make a good game, and it's just not going to come out good. Just like Mirage, in my opinion. Like, it wasn't a great game. It wasn't a horrible game, but it wasn't a great game either. And so this is going to be, continue to be a deterioration in our gaming space and in our quality of our games, including the options for us as customers. But yeah, that really frustrates me that we can't even gift certain games anymore, the older ones, because they want us to focus on the new ones. And at some point, we know that they've been trying to push diskless drives now for a while. They don't want to have a a disk drive in our consoles. They'd rather give us a digital one because it's cheaper for them. And again, everything has to go through the store at that point, instead of having third-party stuff like being able to buy on Facebook Market or eBay or somewhere else, or even trade games between friends. So there's a lot of options that can get removed there, but we know eventually that it's coming. We also know that game services are probably going to be the big push. And so you won't even own your game anymore. You'll just basically stream it or download it through the privilege of being able to do that, as long as you pay for your monthly service. And I also really hate that too, because again, it's less options for us. But the fact that they're not even now supporting gifting of original Xbox and a lot of the 360 games, that really bugs me because, well, now we're getting to a point where they could just get rid of the support for original Xbox and 360 altogether. Now, I know there's a backwards compatibility list, but they quit adding to that backwards compatibility list a long time ago. And we haven't had a single game since. Again, everything has been focused on the new stuff, and now they're not allowing us to gift it to folks. Ultimately, when there's enough people that don't buy it anymore or don't play on them anymore, then they can just say, hey, it's not worth the server space or the resources or time in order to maintain this, and so we're just going to get rid of the backwards compatibility. Poof, it's gone, and then we have no choice. Because now all of our game consoles are diskless, and all of our stuff is basically now through a service. And then we don't even have the option to buy it anymore. Ultimately, I think that's what's coming, folks. And even for those of you, including myself, that are holding on to some older stuff or hanging on to older physical copies, eventually the physical hardware, that physical hardware doesn't work anymore. And then how do you fix it when you can't get parts? So anyway, that's something to think about, folks. What do you guys think? How do you think about all of this? Go ahead and let me know in the comments. If you like the content and stuff, go ahead and give me a follow at GamingGarbage22 over at YouTube. where I archive everything, and that's where most of my energy is. And also, you can follow me at Twitch at Don't Tread on Thee if you wish. Hopefully, you guys are doing well, and I'll see you on the next one.